Hey, what's up, guys? It's your boy, the Black Swan. That's THABLACKSWAAN. I'm here with my boy, Carl, and we're back here to talk another NBA podcast for you guys. We have a lot of hot topics. We was really diving into our notes, and a lot of big things happening. That's what I love about the NBA. Every week, something changed. Carl, what you saying, man? What's good with you, man?
Chilling, bro, chilling.
I see you posting pictures, but you're about to kill me in some debates, man. What's going on with that, man?
I was going to, but now the NBA, my whole part.
That one trade messed everything up. Alright, man, let's just jump right into it. Let's jump right into it. Alright, for the first topic we got the top unsigned free agents so far left out there. Now, so what we decided to do this lap was come together with some lists, come up with some questions, some lists. I'm going to just go off with mine first. I'm going to start from bottom up, and we're going to throw them up on the screen for you guys. So I got Isaiah Thomas, I got Marco Bellinelli, Wilson Chandler, Jordan Bell, and Damari Carroll. Let me tell you the reason why I chose those guys. Any team who wanted those dudes would have already had them right now, right? So what I'm thinking now is now you're looking for a specialist, someone who could fit a need. These guys are veterans. So all of them have different needs that they can fit. Isaiah Thomas can score. Wilson Chandler could score, play a little defense. Bellinelli is a shooter. Jordan Bell is a good forward that you could plug in and do some different things. And Damari Carroll is just the most ready veteran. He's the youngest one out of all of them, other than Jordan Bell. But Damari Carroll is the most ready veteran, I think, out there still on the list.
So where you see them players fitting it? What team you see them fitting it?
It's hard because I want to see some more of the basketball because everybody's still testing out their players. It's hard. But I can look at someone like the Wizards. Teams who, Nuggets, you're looking at the Wizards. Teams who are on the bottom ranks right now, you need to shake some things up. Jordan Bell or Wilson Chandler would be really good on the Wizards. They need to work on their defense. Damari Carroll as well be a good vet, but I don't know if he could provide that scoring impact that they would need as well. So I really thought about what these teams would need. I want to see when we get to further into the season. Plus, you got to look out for injuries and stuff like that. You see Orlando just dropped. Markelle Fultz just lost his ACL. Oh my, sorry for that, Markelle Fultz. He just lost his ACL. So take a sip for him. So they may need another scoring point guard on that team. So just want to put that out there. And then my honorable mention. And I was thinking about Orlando when I have him here, Shabazz Napier. I was thinking about Orlando when I had him there. He's a good young point guard who could run a team, serviceable, come off the bench and do what you need to do for about 20-25 minutes. That's my unsigned free agents list so far in 2020. What you got?
All right.
What you got? We did some homework this lap. We not playing out here in this lap. Let's go.
So I had Dion Waiters.
Okay.
Dion Waiters, Isaiah Thomas as well, Taj Gibson, Emmanuel Mudiay, and Gerald Green.
You got some old veterans.
Hey, but that's what team.
Mudiay, I like Mudiay.
I had Mudiay going to Orlando to replace.
I really do like Mudiay, and that's a good bet. Who else you want over?
I had Dion Waiters. He'd have fit nice in Dallas.
Dion Waiters. I don't know. Dion Waiters.
They need another scorer.
When last he give you a full season of production? He's too much garbage to me, and all of that matters. I'm not gonna bring you in to ruin my team chemistry.
No, but they need a scorer. They need a scorer.
Taj Gibson's another big guy.
And I said he could be good with even veteran play. You can put him in the 76ers.
I like that. Yeah. Just have something on the backup just in case.
Gerald Green fit nice in Miami. He's a dog. He's a veteran.
I like Gerald Green too.
Yeah.
The Rockets always used to bring him back, so I always expect him to go back to the Rockets at the end of the year.
I know he's there at the beginning of the season. I don't know.
I like what you're doing. So we came up with a couple of. Only Isaiah Thomas was the same on our list. Who you had your top free agent before we move on?
Top, I was saying actually between Isaiah and Dion Waiters.
Okay. I think we're going to have a lot of arguments out inside the fan world about this stuff. I think y'all feeling on my side. Let us know in the comments. Whether you see this or hear this on whatever social media platform, let us know in the comments. All right, so let's move on to section 2. Players that need to take a step up so far in this season. I'm going to let you go first on this one. My
first player was Kyrie Irving. Right?
Okay, explain that one before you even move on. Explain that one before you move on.
Because you wanted to leave Cleveland to be the top guy. You went to Boston. You didn't like how Boston was being productive without you. and you want to leave Boston, then you get the New Jersey. Now you're in New Jersey and you still ain't doing nothing, bro.
I don't know. He ain't playing. But
I mean,
and before we move on, I was gonna put him on my list, but he when he plays great. But he ain't playing, so I don't know what to think of that. Yeah. But we're gonna talk about the Nets later, so I don't want to dive too deep into that. Go ahead.
Yeah, my next player is Paul George. We got that big contract at the beginning of the year, dog. Gotta step up. 200 something, almost like that.
Yeah, he got the top contract. He got a full contract.
Who did this? He did the proof.
They paying him like an MVP caliber player.
And then I got Lonzo Ball. It's a contract year for him. He had, number 2 player. You got this big dog. You need to
and he ain't signed his contract.
Right.
So you're looking for money. So you gotta step up. I like that. I like that.
Step up. Then I had Zion Williams. Because he being the number 1 pick. They ain't hurt majority last year. Come back out of shape, bro. This shit yet prove why he was the number 1 pick, bro.
And remember all the hype from last year? Where is the hype? I saw someone say on one of the shows that like, yo, Zion Williamson even ain't dunking with the same power and aggression that he was doing last year. So I was getting a little, I don't know.
Yeah, I heard. I think that's what did the dude name the ball at? Who played Cleveland? Who like jump? Jason Jefferson. Richard Jefferson.
Yes.
Yeah. But he gotta realize too, Zion know when he come with that aggression and line, and that's what hurt his knee. So he dunk and just come down easy.
But his production though, it ain't the same as it was when he came in last year.
I mean,
he putting up points, but not at the same rate. Yeah. And then maybe they figuring it out. I don't know.
And then you got to look at too. You get Ingram being the top 9 guy. It isn't like Zion the top guy. Zion is not the top guy right now. It's actually Ingram.
Okay, that's true.
Yeah.
You make a good point there. Who else you got? Who's your last pick?
And then my last pick is Kemba Walker. Bro.
That's hard. He's been injured. He ain't played yet.
That's why you have a team now, bro. So you have to show what you
step
can
up from the bench.
Bro, you have a team. You being in Charlotte all the time. Make the playoff once in like 10 years, bro. Now you get a team where you could. This your time, dog.
All right. I like most of your list. The Kemba Walker part of it. I got a question. Doesn't mind he had the opportunity to play. I took that into consideration with my list. All right, so the players that I said that need to step up, I'm going to go from bottom up. Honorable mention, and it's going to be a real doozy for you, Anthony Davis. It's too long that LeBron got to be running the team. You need to be the number 1 guy. When is LeBron going to start being the number 1 guy, Anthony Davis, and you become the number 1 guy? LeBron has done it all. He's done proved it all. He's in some people's mind, the best player ever. In my mind, he's the second best player ever. He's better than Kobe Bryant. If I'm willing to say that, he done it. Anthony Davis, you can step up. And I'm going to move off of that. Number 5, I got De'Aaron Fox. The Kings was on an up and up. They brought in a youngster, De'Aaron Fox. They thought he was going to be nice. I wanted to put Marcus Bagley on the side of him. I think I did. I have De'Aaron Fox and Marcus Bagley. There's a little combo. The Kings need to be making some moves, and they are not doing enough.
You know why? The coach is the problem, dog.
You think so?
Luke Walton is garbage, bro. He cannot coach.
Obviously, the Kings have invested in this coach, and they ain't willing to let him go. I don't even like how the coach treats Buddy Hield, but you still as a star, you gotta produce.
Yeah.
You gotta produce, and them 2 young men think they stars. They need to start producing. Because even remember, what did he name? When DeMarcus Cousins was there, he's putting up the points, rebounds, and the assists. But they was losing.
But his cousins, but their coach there was better.
Okay.
Jacob. Okay. And I don't know why they fired him.
No idea. I was just watching reading an article actually about that. No idea why they fired Yeager to bring in Luke Walton, but it is what it is. Let's move on. Number 4, I got DeAndre Ayton. DeAndre Ayton. Because you know why? Because of what he did last year. He started the season off last year, 25-game suspension for a drug situation. I don't know what it is, but a drug situation. He got a 25-game suspension. It had to be serious if you got 25 games. He came back, he averaged about 22-8, 22-9, pretty good. You're gone in the bubble, okay. But now it's time to step up. This is your third or fourth year. Third year. This is the time to step up. They bring you Chris Paul. That man is a big man, point guard. You bring in Chris Paul. You got Devin Booker. Always been on top. This is the year. Suns got to finish top 3. And I expect Devin Booker to do Devin Booker. I expect Chris Paul to do Chris Paul. It's you who got to step up. And I hope to see that step up. Number 3, I got D'Angelo Russell. D'Angelo Russell, in the time, Cat's been dealing with the loss of his mother from COVID, and then he got injured his hand. I heard nothing about the Wolves while Cat was gone, and that showed me D'Angelo. You couldn't win them a couple of games, D'Angelo. They were 2-7 right now. You couldn't win a couple of games, D'Angelo. Real stars know how to win a couple of games. Let's move on. Number 2, I got Pascal Siakam.
I could score to put it. That's my honorable mention. I could score.
Pascal Siakam. What happened to him? What happened to Pascal Siakam? The man was nice.
Spicy P.
He was Spicy P. He had a name. He was in the finals dropping buckets, bro. He had 40-point yards and 40. He had 30 piece in the finals. Now we come back. The bubble, it was garbage. We come back this year. I thought it was just the bubble. This year is still garbage. We're going to be talking about trades later. He might be on my list. Anyway. And then number 1 who really needs to step up, Paul George. I think you said it.
Yeah,
Paul George. Definitely Paul George. I'm not going to beat the dead horse. You already said what it is. But Paul George, it's your last chance. Honestly, this is your last chance, Paul George, for me this year. If this year ends like how last year ends, you all need to take that crap you all put on Westbrook off of him and put that on playoff. I'm not going to say no pandemic P. Let's say pandemic P. But that's our list. Players that need to step up. If you think you got some players that need to step up that we didn't call, again, hit us up in the comments. Let us know. Anybody else you thought about while we was talking that you still want to throw in right before we move on?
Only Siakam, that's my honorable mention. Like, he really need to step it up, bro. Cat too.
Cat, again, an injury. That's why he wasn't on my list. Injury. I expect when he come back first game, 25 points with the cast on. So I expect him to continue doing that.
Too, yeah.
And so moving on to our next section, Carl came up with this one. He actually came up with all our topics for this week, but this is the one that I really stood out. That was probably cool for me, and we had to sit down and think about it. 3 teams that should trade for Draymond Green. I'm gonna go first on this one. I like my honorable mentions. My honorable mention is Clippers. I think Draymond Green on the Clippers would definitely help put a more culture. Not to say culture, but like more feistiness. They need that fire and feistiness if they want to beat the Lakers. I think Draymond Green would definitely add that and not mess up what they have going on.
So Pat Beverly ain't enough?
No, he's not enough because he's too small. You need a big who could do it too. Someone who can go on LeBron and be able to do it, and Kawhi and Paul George can do it all day. So moving on, so my actual number 3 is the Celtics. The Celtics is really nice, but they're small. I think the same thing you have Marcus Smart, you out of Draymond Green and that, and now you have something that people can fail. I don't know if you want to fail the Celtics, given what's going on in the Eastern Conference. I know the Bucks don't fail the Celtics. I'm very sure the Nets don't fail the Celtics. I'm very sure the Philly don't fail the Celtics. So the Heat don't fail the Celtics, but I think the Celtics have a good advantage with them, but we'll have to see. So I think Celtics would be advantageous to pull up a Draymond Green from the West, bring him in the East. He would be really nice. The next team I was thinking about was the Kings. The Kings need to make the playoffs this year, and they need they got Barnes, but they need a strong, fiery veteran on that team to help give them that push, give them that drive, let a fire in their ass, I think, like they say, that the phrase is. So that's why I want to see the Kings. The Kings need to make playoffs, or some trades are definitely going to happen with the Kings. Bagley, Fox, y'all got to do something.
Some firing of the coaches.
Or firing of the coaches. So Walton, you may want to go look into Draymond Green. That's one of your old players. I didn't even think about that aspect of it. Thank you, Carl. That would be awesome. And my number 1 team, and I'd be surprised if this is not your number 1 team, I got the Blazers. The Blazers need to win a championship. Let alone make it. They don't make it to the conference finals. They need to make the finals now. But now, again, we have to beat LeBron James. Their team is nice. They have potential. But a Draymond Green plucked on that team would add that little piece I think they're missing. And that's my top 3 teams who could trade for Draymond Green. Anybody out there listening, if you see these trades happening, remember where you heard it here first. Carl, what you got for us? What you got for us?
All right.
This was your idea, so I want to hear a really good, juicy thoughts of this.
My number 3 is Utah Jazz. Why I say Utah Jazz? Conley don't necessarily have to handle the ball. Draymond Green IQ could actually push Utah where they need to go. And then you don't need Spider handling the ball all the time. You let him run loose, Conley run loose. You could angle on the wing. He could touch the angle, pick and roll with Rudy Gobert. He'd fit a nice.
I could see it. I could see it.
He'd fit a
I
nice.
could see it as well as that's another team that only needs just another little piece to take that step.
Made that step. And then I have my third, Milwaukee Bucks. You can imagine him and Giannis together, bro.
Draymond Green would just be nice on so many teams, and his contract is so right that it's not even a hard contract to bring in.
And then Drew could play without the ball, so you could have him running that ball like how he's doing.
And now you don't have Giannis running that ball so much.
So they could just run the wing and just go by, bro.
I like that.
And Draymond ain't trying to score.
I like that, but the only problem I have with that problem is now you're going to have two dudes on the court who can't shoot no ball, who can't take a regular jump shot, Giannis and him. So now your offense will really be kind of stagnant unless you more pace it up like Golden State.
But then you still have Holiday who hit a three, and then you have Mellington who hit three.
You still get
people spread it. And then my first pick, oh man, you don't have to give it to my team, Miami Heat. If you could put him on the Miami, he's a dog. Miami Heat loves dogs. And I can see him going wild, bro. You get Hero on one, you get Duncan on the next side, you get Jimmy just banging.
And they do have enough. Use it Duncan Robinson, right? They do have enough to run around, space to around or whatever. And my problem is for the Warriors, you have a short time to get rid of Draymond Green. You're not gonna give him a new contract. Obviously, I don't think unless you're doing it for
I think
passion, a heart type of thing for Warriors, a love for him. But you're not gonna give him a new contract.
Why I think they're going to? Because they realize and they know Draymond is the engine to the clock.
Oh, it fits what they do.
Right,
okay. And I can only see that.
For the whole,
but if you have
the first couple games he's missing, they wasn't winning. When he came in.
Okay, is he gonna take less money? Is he gonna feel like, because he's gonna be able to get money elsewhere? Will they give him the same money? He getting like 20 to 25 million now. They're not gonna do that at the end of the contract. Because he's going to make 33, 34. He ain't Steph or Clay.
But like you say, they might get them for him taking that contract because
all right.
What's your boy?
Duncan, Tim Duncan type of thing.
No, man. He took the cut for
Durant.
Right. So now they want to say thank you.
Okay, I could see that. I could see that. But that was I was like, so what made you come up with the Draymond Green trade before we move on?
Our discussion we had the other day, he's like Draymond he'll fit in anywhere.
Right, like and he's the type of piece that will accentuate everybody else. All right, so our next topic we're gonna bring in 5 trades that NBA teams should consider. And now that we saw what happened today of this big Harden trade, Nets acquired James Harden. The Rockets acquired Victor Oladipo. LeVert was in the trade. He's over at the Pacers now. So a whole lot happened. The Cavs was in the deal as well. I think they got Taurean Prince and Allen. So the Nets lost their best defensive player, but they brought in James Harden, the league's best offensive player. We'll have to see what's going on with that. But that's not what we have to talk about. Let's talk about 5 trades that other NBA teams should do. You start on this one, man.
All right. I'm going to start from the bottom. The bottom of my list, number 5, is Kyle Lowry. I think the Clippers should try to get him.
When someone say something good, you give them the clap. I like that.
Since the series, because we give them.
I like that.
If the Clippers pick up Lowry, that will take them over there. They need a point guard, bro.
I can't believe I didn't think of that one.
Yeah. And then before this happened, when I had DeMar DeRozan, and I had him to the Houston Rockets.
But that wouldn't.
Yeah.
But that would have worked because Victor Oladipo, DeMar DeRozan, similar players.
Right.
They're younger. So they did get the Rockets. Listen, they just get someone younger.
Right. And then I had Oladipo actually going to Dallas.
That would have been a nice piece. That would have been a nice piece. I had him going to Dallas. Okay.
Then I had Harden to Boston for Brown.
Hell no. Sorry, I didn't catch what he said. Hell no. We're not trading Jaylen Brown. Hell no.
If Boston wanted Harden,
they would have got him already. They realized they have Jaylen Brown.
You understand? I say if they wanted to get Harden, they would have had to give. They wasn't giving them Tatum.
Dog, you can't give up neither. They are equal now. Tatum and Brown are equal now.
So if Boston wanted Harden, who would they give up?
None. You can't get Harden. You can't get Harden.
If they was getting Harden.
I mean, like you said, they had to choose. If they had to pick someone, they would have said, no, we can't do it.
We would think Boston would choose between Tatum and Brown.
None, man. I don't believe they would choose anything. I think they would never leave that team.
Notice he's still not answering.
They will never leave that team.
All right. My number 1 Bradley Beal to my Miami Heat.
Oh yes, that would have been awesome. That would be awesome. That would be all the Heat need. No, I wouldn't say all the Heat need. That would be like they're gonna be conference finals every year.
Yeah.
I like that, but Bradley Beal don't play no defense. We're gonna talk about that later as well. But I like your list. I like your list, and some things I didn't think about. So we got some things I didn't think about. All right, so who we got? I can try to run through mine pretty quickly. Honorable mention, I had Harden, Kyrie, Paul George. I wanted to put that in there. I saw a mixture that happened between those guys. So Kyrie and Harden end up on the same team now. But all right, so I didn't really say who I think they should go to, but I figured I was thinking from more of the aspect that these teams need to get rid of this player and find a better piece for them to get better. So I did start off with Victor Oladipo. I got Victor Oladipo leaving the Pacers. Obviously, he didn't want to be there in the bubble time, as well as you want to bring someone in who's going to be a lot more productive and has the energy to help that team because they have a lot of great pieces. Sabonis, Turner. I don't want to stop. They have a lot of great pieces. Rondo was telling me about the Pacers last year. You was on point. All right, so I got the next Terry Rozier from the Hornets. The Hornets see what they got on LaMelo Ball. LaMelo Ball is a truth. LaMelo Ball is a A+ player. LaMelo Ball is a potential future MVP in this league. I love me some LaMelo Ball.
So you'd rather trade Rozier than trade put the money in? Who next guy is Graham?
Graham is not a point guard. So Rozier is a point guard. You need to get a point guard off the court so LaMelo Ball can play them point guard minutes. Graham is a scorer. So Graham's shooting guard. You need that. You're gonna keep a shooting guard around LaMelo. Sorry for keep calling them Lonzo. I just love them Ball brothers. All right, next I had the Raptors. The Raptors should trade Siakam while it's stock pretty low right now. But while he still have a stock,
mid-level stock right now,
they should trade him. They should get rid of him. I'm sure a lot of teams could use him as a third guy, maybe even a fourth guy. He's a good long piece. He can score. He can play some defense. And obviously, I don't know what's going on with him, but I'm sure maybe a change of scenery would get his hype up, and you see what he can do next to a good player. So that's a good player. We see what he can do. So I think the Raptors should try to cash it in and see what they can get for him.
That's probably the problem. He's a 1B guy, not a 1A.
Maybe that. So and no one wants to go to Toronto, so maybe see what you can get for him. All right, so next I got the Nuggets. They should get rid of that young boy, Michael Porter Jr. He's really, really, really nice. He's really, really, really nice. He seems like he has an ego. He seems like he doesn't know how to grow in his role, and he seems like he doesn't know how to be under some established stars because he thinks he's better than them. His stock is pretty high. I think the Nuggets can find whatever additional pieces they may need to take the next step by trading that high stock young piece that they got. What you think about that?
No.
Simple as that.
No. Yo, how you gonna do?
Get rid of the young piece. Well, why wouldn't you? You think?
No, that's the next best thing on the Nuggets right now, bro. Give that dude another 2 years. That's a top player in high school, bro.
How long can you keep him under Jamal Murray?
But
and Jokic, how long can you keep him under them?
You want to show
He nice.
Murray had like a half a good season, bro.
Okay.
He's okay, but he's no star. That part is a superstar,
I see what you're saying. So you trade him Murray?
I'll trade Murray in a heartbeat.
I don't know if Nuggets fans would think that. I think I might agree with you, but Porter love to show me more before I say moving to Murray.
I do what Porter get, bro. That's why they drafted nigga.
Yeah, you're right. And the number one player, I told you we was gonna get to this. We need to trade Buddy Hield. Sacramento needs to get rid of Buddy Hield. Obviously, Buddy Hield is not producing at the way he was producing previously. Obviously, Sacramento has a type of system they want to run. They were putting Bogdan ahead of Buddy Hield, and now Bogdan chose to leave. Now Buddy, he just ain't. You don't insult him, so I feel like his head ain't there. There are plenty of places who need a shooter who could run around, hit some shots, and I believe Buddy can get back to those high 40% percentages 3 points that he was at before. I watching the games of him. He's trying to step up his defense. He ain't that good as a defensive player, but I love people who put in effort. So I feel like you could find places for Buddy Hield, and obviously Sacramento don't love him the way that they love Fox and Bagley. So I think that they should move on from him.
And Bagley won out, so Sacramento finished, bro. They finished. Bagley don't want them. Like, he ready to leave. So I don't know what they gonna do, bro. But where you see Buddy going?
I I still like the Lakers. I like the Lakers over the summer. I still like the Lakers. I think he could come off the bench for the Lakers, or even start maybe for the Lakers, because they can make up for his defensive woes, as well as he is going to be that pure shooter they finally have. He's going to be better than KCP, definitely better than Donnie Green. So I obviously a better shooter than Kuzma. And I think maybe if you made a trade, that Kuzma would be the piece I'd trade back, because I can see Kuzma doing good on the Kings. Because I think Kuzma's role has been stunted because of LeBron James. And I think you put him in the Kings now, Kuzma was on a rise. I think we'll get to see him go back on a rise again. So I actually did think about this. Yes, the Lakers.
If Kuzma get traded, he may just disappear, because LeBron is make players, bro.
Kuzma was on the rise before LeBron reached. Remember, like, Kuzma coming, he's better than Lonzo in that rookie year. They was like, oh shit, they should have got Kuzma. And I'm sure a lot of teams still would want to see what Kuzma could do. You feel me? That's where I at with that. I probably should put Kuzma on this list as well now that I say that. Alright, so that is our list of trades that we want to see happen. I like both sides of it. Again, not really much to argue there. I think we was really on the same page. We just was looking at it from different aspects of it. But I like what we was doing right there. Again, if you guys have anything that you want to add, any comments or any disagreements, hit us up in the comment section, let us know. So the last thing we have to talk about is that big Nets trade. We know what happened. We see the players. We see all the big movement. It's too long to list out. We're going to throw it up on the screen. But what I want to talk about is, what do you think are going to be the implications of that?
Well, automatically, Houston got better to me, because now you get a player who wants to play. And that's the only thing that's missing. John Wall's playing. You know, they have center, Wood playing. Like, they got some dudes playing, bro. Harden was the only thing, like John Wall said last night. It's hard to win games when you got 13 guys on the team the same way wanting to win, and you get one guy out there who don't want to win, and he's supposed to be your superstar.
I feel you. And Victor Oladipo, I think, can add to that.
Oh my God.
Yes, I think he can add to that.
Yes. And why I say New Jersey drop back? Not New Jersey. Yeah. This is not
Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, right? Why Brooklyn drop back, sir?
You old school, man.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Why Brooklyn dropped back, sir? They lost the best center that they had. They went to Cleveland.
Jared Allen.
Yeah. Then you lost your best scorer off the bench.
Karis LeVert.
Like,
but I'm glad he gone, so now he has a time to shine over at the Pacers.
yeah. Oh, that's gonna be crazy.
That's gonna be nice. I like the Pacers. I like the Pacers. The Pacers was already nice, but now you have LeVert who wants to. Well, not say want to be there because he got traded there, but someone who wants to prove himself, and that's gonna be nice.
Big guy.
Yeah, that's gonna be nice.
Oh, damn. Woo. Pacers gonna make some noise.
Top 3, top 4 in the East. I believe. Top 3, top 4 in the East. Sabonis already gonna be an all-star automatic.
Yeah.
But all right. So anything else you feel about?
Yeah. So the Nets drop back. Bench this weekend. Bench this weekend. So it's like you're gonna have 3 big stars, but the bench is gonna be weak. Then really going for the rest of the season. Who you gonna have coming off that bench, bro? Unless Joe gonna come off the bench. Harris.
I mean, but what he gonna do? He gonna hit some trees. He gonna shoot some
He
shots.
come off the bench now.
Yeah. Oh, he was starting?
Yeah, he was starting.
Oh, yes. Oh, I mean, that's easy.
Yeah,
It don't matter. Someone coming off the bench. I think that was a big argument about who gonna be. But all right, so for me, I look at the trade. When I saw the trade, I started thinking about the other Eastern Conference teams. And like you said, I don't know what, without Jared Allen, that makes Philly a harder team for the Nets. And it makes Giannis a harder guard for the Nets. But I just don't, I still think the firepower on the Nets is going to be highly outpowering these other teams. So we'll have to see how it works out. Then I look at the other side, same thing, firepower and guard play. I think the Nets guard play are good. And a lot of teams in the West have good guard play. The Lakers does not have good defensive guard play, in my opinion. I feel like they lost Rondo. I feel like
Caruso
is all right. You know what I'm saying? So like, Schroeder is all right. Like he's not lacking, but he's all right. And you're gonna have some real nice guard play against the Nets. Let's say the Nets makes the finals. But I think for me, all of it is based on how they look together. Yeah, we never see Harden in the system.
You know, Lakers play good team defense.
Right, then I agree. I agree. And so we don't
guard play really. I mean, the players apart, but how they help out on the team defense. Yeah, it's gonna be alright there.
But I think what, like you said earlier, I think what all of this depends on is, can Harden adjust to playing with other superstars? Because obviously he never looked like he could.
Yeah.
Can Kyrie come back and actually play basketball on a regular basis at a high level? It seems like he don't want to.
And deal with the round with the new bench.
I did. You ever go on a trip? You living with your boy. You going on a trip. Go on like for a couple of weeks. Tell him you come back. You leave the money for the rent. You come back. He have a whole new roommate. Tell you to get go. Nah, they ain't get Kyrie Irving out, but and you ain't in there for at least for a week or two, because we don't know what you're doing. So I hope everything's well with him, But you was at a party with no mask and giving them COVID rules, and they paying y'all millions of dollars. They ain't playing that. So he gonna at least miss a couple of weeks. So I think that's gonna be a lot to deal with on that side.
But I think Kyrie got a mental health issue, bro.
I don't want to get into that right now. That's gonna be a topic for another day. But I hope it's not that case. But that'll be a topic for another day. Hopefully he gives us something he ain't give us nothing to think about yet. He ain't saying nothing, and that's my problem.
He ain't giving the team.
The media making up stuff. I want to hear what he has to say, and that's the type of person I am.
His coach didn't even know. They asked Steve Nash about it. He say, I
mean, you remember Kyrie say that he ain't no coach.
Yeah,
so he said, man, he's the coach. Duran is the coach. So he texts Duran. He texts the coach. If we be honest, he texts the coach. It's gonna be interesting. The NBA is drama. That's why I love the NBA. Every week is always gonna be something new, some new storyline. And boy, the Nets is gonna give us a whole lot of storylines. We're gonna be. And one thing I really, really like, just to close it out on this, and then you give your last thoughts. I love how this year it seems like the sports stations are not going to just talk about LeBron all day. We're getting a lot of different topics. But with that comes a lot of different garbage and foolishness, guys. So come here and get your truth right here. Now, we don't talk to no NBA players personally, but what we can talk about what we see when we watch some games. We're not going to let you to believe no foolishness that we don't believe. If you have some odds, that don't mean we believe it. That means we just going to tell you what we think. But back up. The Ask the Truth podcast. We don't even want to be. It's going to be some good Ask the Truth. So the last thing we want to say,
that's what the podcast did. Ask the Truth basketball.
The Ask the Truth. Guys, so we want to end it with this. If you agree with us, disagree with us, have your own thoughts or comments on anything we said, hit up the comment section. If you see this on any parts of the social media, let us know. Let us know if we talking Ask or Truth. Guys, it's the Black Swan Podcast. That's THABLACKSWAAN. I didn't even give Carl his last thoughts. Carl, anything you want to say to the people?
Yes, don't forget, tune in next week for the Ask and True Basketball Podcast.
All right. THABLACKSWAAN. And until next time, peace.